I feel like I've done so many of my dream projects, you know, and I just, you know, it's part of the process of just waiting for things that really interest me, you know, waiting for things that I feel I can be passionate about, waiting, and not just taking a film so that it's a job. I don't like looking at it that way. It's not a job to me. It's about creating something and having fun and enjoying the process. So that's why I think everything I do feels like a dream project, because it's something that I'm very excited to do. I went to Spain this year and conducted a concert there, which was a lot of fun in Ubeda, yeah, and that was a really great time. And then the previous year I went to Hawaii and did a Lost concert there, which was a lot of fun, you know. And so I am starting to look at that as you know, as opportunities open up. Yeah, I would love to do more of that. It's a lot of fun to kind of bring that music outside of the film and have fun with the audience, you know, the people who actually, you know, enjoy it, you know, not just in the film.
Do you think that you have to restructure a lot of things when you present it?
You know, it's funny, some people say you have to do that. I kind of like representing it as it was written, you know, and they say, oh, it's always got to end big with a big, so everyone claps, and it's just like, well, maybe, I don't know. I have to experiment with that and see how I feel about it. My tendency is to say, well, this is the piece, this is how it was written, and it's, you know, quiet classical pieces, they don't add a big giant ending to just because they want people to clap, right? I mean, they were played as they were written, so why not this as well?
Because I noticed that also in your score albums there isn't a concert version of things that like they used to do.
Yes, yeah.
You presented the score as it is.
Yeah.
In a chronological way.
That's important. I hate it when they mix things up. And I used to, when I was a kid, and I'd get an album that was all mixed up, it would drive me nuts because I wanted to relive the story of the film. And the only way to do that was to put it on a tape and reorder it in the proper way, you know. So
I think that we all do.
Yes. So I always said to myself, if I ever get a chance to do this, I'm going to do it all in order, you know.
No, because there are people now who takes also music from the DVD rear channels and put it and edits everything in chronological order.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, it's you know, it's how I used to love listening to music. Again, it's because of story. I mean, you want to relive that story, you know, and if you listen to it in that way, there's an arc that happens. There's a path that it takes you on. If you start mixing it up just because you want loud, soft, I mean, that to me it makes no sense. You know?
You're a film score fan #1.
Yes, yes, absolutely, huge. Yes.
How it all started? I mean,
piano lessons. You know, I was an awful student. I was a terrible, terrible student. Because I never wanted to practice, I just wanted to make things up, you know, and that was it. I wasn't interested in being a concert pianist. I don't need to be able to, you know, I wasn't interested in having, you know, being play in front of crowds, and I just wanted to write. I wanted to come up with ideas. So as it turned out, I was a bad student, but I did love learning later on. One of my favorite was learning about orchestration and instrumentation. What do these people do? What can and they can't do? You know, when you're writing a film score, I think it's important. You know, anyone who's a composer, I think that they owe it to themselves to understand what the instruments do. You know, a lot of people that are working in this business these days, they have no clue what a violin can and can't do. You know, they just don't know, and they leave it to others to figure it out.
They don't use woodwinds anymore.
Yeah, they don't know. They just feel like, you know, and they're. It's disappointing in a way because it's kind of the art of music is being lost little by little. So, you know, it's why I've always kind of fought to make sure we use live players for everything. And again, going back to that story about Steven Spielberg, I mean, he knows that. He knows the importance of using live people. He understands what that emotional impact is. So.
And he has John Williams.
He has John Williams, thank God. Yes.